So Randy has a new single out. It's not out as we speak, but once this comes out, it will be out and consumable for y'all. The song is called "Forget Me Not." I'd love for you to tell us the story behind the song, Randy, and also tell us why this one is single worthy for you. Because there's a difference, right? You write the song; it could be a single, it could not, and there's a decision making process in that. So take us through all of that.
Okay. First, the creation of the tune came out of a necessity where I was invited to host a gospel show at the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame, and I did that for a couple of years. And so I thought on the last one that I was going to do, I thought, I've got some songs they've heard. They've heard most of my gospel songs. I need to come up with another kind of a gospelish song. So I started working on this thing, and I soon realized that I was kind of veering off the course of anything that truly like says this is gospel music, this is country gospel music. And it just started getting more and more into, it sounded more like I was writing and recording something for a Clint Eastwood spaghetti western. So I just kept going in that direction. And the story kind of fell out of my wife's experience growing up. She had experiences earlier and then later, and just so I just took her narrative and I just plugged it into the song, and it all just kind of worked for the message that I was wanting to send, which was basically everybody, no matter who they are, all the way from down at the bottom of the totem pole, the spiritual totem pole, all the way up to the top. I read more than one time where Billy Graham himself said, well, there were times when I actually doubted the existence of God. I'm like going, okay, that's a huge, huge thing for a guy like him to say, because that's like totally, totally right on honesty. Everybody has those moments.
Right.
Everybody has more than those moments. Some people live in that moment. Some people have gotten to their spirituality in different sorts of ways. So this song is kind of like, it's sort of a crooked path to getting there, so to speak. It still kind of leaves it a little open, questioning the mystery. I tell people all the time, when you die, you're in for a big surprise, and obviously, me being a spiritual person and believing in the afterlife, I also know that all these questions that you have are going to be answered like that. So anyway, given all of that and all that stuff running around in my head, I sat down and recorded the song in earnest. And I really didn't know what I was going to do with it, because I had some other songs that I'd written that I really liked, that I thought these are really good songs. These songs really have relevance, and they tell a story and everything. And of course, from being around me a little bit, that I like songs with stories, and I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big huge fan of the huge attitude song, or the huge "well, I told you so," or I kind of like. I mean, that's why I like watching things like the Andy Griffith show. Andy Griffith show. Over half of those shows always had some sort of a lesson in them, or something, and something that would just stick with you. So I kind of like to do that with my songs. So after looking at the other tunes, I realized that this song was probably going to be more single ready and more radio ready than anything else, simply because it had a little bit more of a groove, a little bit more of a driving thing. And knowing disc jockeys the way I do, the last thing they want to do is have something on there that kind of like, doesn't sort of jump out of the speakers right away with something. So this one kind of like asserts itself from the beginning sonically. So I stuck with it. So it's going to be a single. It's dropping next week to all platforms and iTunes and all those different things. And I'm looking forward to it, because we finished a music video. My wife's she's a professional photographer, and she shoots my videos for me, and we go out and
Very cool.
go on locations, and we don't tell anybody where we're going, and we don't ask permission and all that kind of stuff. And
Good
so
stuff.
it's a stealth and shoot deal that is what we do, and usually we end up with we never hardly plan anything. I write conceptual things out to what I think that I want to see, or I think I want to sit down in the editing bay with. But I never know what I'm going to end up with, so it's always a surprise. Always
right. And so, just to
Forget Me
let
Not.
people know out there, when Randy says next week, the song is actually out already for y'all that are hearing this. I
Exactly.
guess the first week of February is when the song comes out, so it'll already be ready for you guys to check out. It's called Forget Me Not. I know that calling radio stations everywhere, internet and terrestrial, will help Randy out. Get the song played everywhere, get it on people's playlists, both professional playlists and personal playlists. I mean, the playlists are very important to the playability and replayability of a song. So y'all make sure you're contributing to that if you're a fan of the song. We're going to show the song here on the show as well. So y'all check that out, and we'll get right back into the interview right after the song. I'll check it out.
Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. I was a child with a home in the sunlight, barefoot and walking in fields of gold, until one night, one callous evening, I started down that long dark road. Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. Chilly autumn winds blow leaves from the garden, so goes my soul where it never stays. My body's weary, and when I lay it down, in dreams I hear my mother say, forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. With a soul that's lost,